What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my video for the 20th anniversary review of Cars. This movie has been around since 2006, and just a few weeks it's going to be celebrating 20 years. This is always a Pixar film that I found fun and rewatchable. Toy Story 5 is coming out in just a few weeks, so I wanted to talk about a few other Pixar films and fill the playlist that I have on my channel. And the following Saturday, before the release of Toy Story 5, we're going to be talking about another Andrew Stanton Pixar film, Finding Dory, which is also celebrating a 10th anniversary. But today we're talking about a film that I think sold a lot of toys and it got extremely popular. But is Cars as good of a film as people say? Is this one of the best Pixar films? It's not one of the best Pixar films, but it's definitely a middle tier. This is not a bad movie. This is a good movie. This is a fun movie. This is an entertaining movie. It's directed by John Lasseter, who directed Toy Story 1, A Bug's Life, and Toy Story 2. Randy Newman came back to do the score, and he also got nominated for Best Original Song for Our Town, which is a terrific song, and it plays in a pretty pivotal moment during the film when Sally's explaining to Lightning McQueen what had truly happened to Radiator Springs and why it might be so quiet. I think the race sequences are extraordinary. For Pixar in 2006, the animation and the sound design is so good and so fun and so well edited. I just think that Cars is a really well-made Pixar film. But most Pixar films have the same production quality. Like, okay, yeah, this is a Pixar movie. It looks like a Pixar movie. And the backgrounds and Radiator Springs and all the designs of all the different cars, I think, are extremely good. If an animated film could have gotten nominated for production design, this film should have been it. But Owen Wilson is Lightning McQueen. Mater is a sidekick that some people might be annoyed by, some people might not. I like Mater. I don't have a problem with Mater. I still have this 2006 Happy Meal. I've been holding on to this for 20 years. And, it's pretty crazy that I still have that. And this Lightning McQueen Happy Meal, he's obviously been worn out. 20 years ago, I was using this guy. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to have that sort of thing. I remember when this movie came out on DVD, and I bought this when I was younger, and I got it on full screen because my family had no idea what they were doing. And when they went to Kmart to buy this, they said, "Hey, let's get a full screen DVD." And the guy said, "Oh, okay, sure. You don't want the widescreen?" And I think whoever was with me was like, "Yeah, we're going to get the full screen." Then I really realized a couple years later, we want to see the full picture. And the full picture in this, the full wide frame of this, I remember seeing this in the theater when it came out. It was a very rainy night, but I had so much fun, and I was very immersed into the story. Rewatching it, I've seen the film a bunch of times, and it does slow down in the center when Lightning is at Radiator Springs and he's got to pave the road and Bessie and all that stuff. I think is okay, but it doesn't elevate the material at all. The film doesn't really pick up again until Lightning discovers that Doc Hudson is a fabulous Hudson Hornet. And Doc Hudson, played by Paul Newman, I think is a great Pixar character, and he's a great mentor character. And I love the character developments in the film, how Doc Hudson is the pit chief, and he's got the headset on talking to him during the last race. So how he's able to come back out and do that, and how Lightning gives up the race at the end of the film because he knows that Doc had the same accident, very similar accident. He didn't want the king, to have to end his career like that, so he pushed him through. And that's iconic Pixar right there, as Randy Newman's score is blaring.
What? What's going on? That's what I call racing out there.
I think that he probably should have been nominated for Best Original Score because his Cars music is fantastic. It didn't really return in Cars 2, but it did come back in Cars 3. Michael Keaton plays the villain Chick Hicks in the film, which I think is a really fun character. He's a little one-note, one-dimensional. There's not really much going on other than he wants to win, and obviously he's the bad guy, he's the one we got to root against. But it's Michael Keaton. and he's having fun with the role. Overall, Cars is, like I said, a really well made Pixar film with a lot of great moments, extremely entertaining. The score, the soundtrack, the Rascal Flatts Life is a Highway bit is fantastic. I love the flashing light, the stoplight that keeps flashing at night. And there's just little details that are sprinkled throughout that I think really work for the movie's favor. So Cars is getting 4 out of 5 stars for me. Like I said, it's not one of my favorite Pixar films, but it is certainly a good movie with a good story that has no business being almost 2 hours long. So that's my thoughts on Cars. What's yours? Are you going to be watching the film for its 20th anniversary? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can come on back to the channel and check out my review for Cars 2 coming next Saturday. And a couple big new releases coming out as well, including Masters of the Universe and Disclosure Day. You can also follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram at KingHorizons131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Cars. And until next time, over and out.
Oh!
Did I scare you?
Well, a little bit, but I'll be all right.